Hey, Max here, and I have a hot topic, and it's about Star Wars, the future, Rian Johnson's trilogy. But before that, I want to get to a disclaimer because the purpose of this video series is just to talk to you like you're my friend in a room, talk about rumors, speculation, what we're thinking about. And man, have we had a tough 2 weeks if you're a Star Wars fan. So, but I just want to give officially the disclaimer. Warning, this video contains rumors, speculations, and strong opinions, and I might say this rumor is not going to go the way you think it is. It also contains massive spoilers for The Last Jedi as an additional spoiler warning. So hopefully you're prepared now. If you are disappointed by the recent direction and The Last Jedi, maybe you are looking forward to this. This is in the back of your mind. What's going to happen with the Rian Johnson trilogy? And personally, this video, I have a separate video on my disappointments with the movie, which you can check out. But because I was so let down, I really hope that the trilogy is canceled. But is that the right question to ask? Personally, in my opinion, I think this was a marketing ploy by Disney. They knew what they had. There's lots of signs of recent developments at Disney. They knew this was going to be a divisive film, and I really believe, in my opinion, the announcement of the trilogy was to get fans hyped for the movie. Wow, they must really be on board with this Rian Johnson. They're going to give him a whole new trilogy. I'm almost like 90% positive we're never going to see this so-called Rian Johnson trilogy, especially if the drop continues a second week. If the drop continues a second week, we're done. But this, again, lots of rumors in this video, and it's just me talking to you guys. I also think, I know the Fox deal has been in process for years. I really think they rushed to finalize it before this backlash hit. They wanted to get it done before. Imagine if all the backlash came and then Disney was going to try to finalize the Fox merger. It would not make good press. So I really think that's another reason that we got this right before the premiere date. Another thing that's going to be a touchy subject because it's accusing someone of something. But if you really follow reviews, written reviews, and here on YouTube itself, maybe you've been feeling this for a while now. It's a little bit of bandwagon reviewing. They go with the majority. What the majority are saying, you don't really give a full, strong opinion one way or the other. There's been a little bit of a cop-out of saying, oh yeah, there's definitely problems. The Canto Bite scene. I know you viewers out there have been watching a lot of Last Jedi movies. That really irks me. It's just a way to play both sides. Give this movie another couple of weeks and see the drop-off continue, and you're going to see a sea change in the reviews here on YouTube. Oh yeah, this movie was horrible. I did say there was problems. I really don't think they personally were paid by Disney, but in the review community, and this is beyond just movie reviews, TV shows, there is a strong draw to toe in line with these companies just so you can keep getting those exclusives. And if you don't believe that, if you just dismiss it like it's a non-issue, I want to know for what you guys are thinking. Do you think it could be a possible issue, a conflict of interests for all these reviews? Disney is the worst at accepting criticisms. And if you are a very strong opinion opposing their movie, it's going to put you at risk for future films exclusives. So I think it's a genuine argument. I don't want to accuse anyone exactly directly, but to just dismiss it, I have an issue there. There's been a lot of spin saying that if you are in opposition to this film, and I don't really want to get into too much politics here, I do not like being grouped with racists or anti-S SJW. I don't want to go into that here, but I think it's very offensive to just say you don't like it because of this, and it's also, there's a campaign behind it with lots of news articles. I think if you have issues with the film, you shouldn't group opposition into this. There is major issues with the Rotten Tomatoes score, and it's very telling. But people are talking about the audience score. I think we should be talking about the critic score. There, in my opinion, there is no way that 92% of the critics out there could be so positive on this film with so many divisive plot twists. How could the whole review community not see this coming? Print media, now that's where I think it's very possible for a little bit of buying of reviews. In buying of reviews, it's not unheard of. It happens. It happens in video games. We don't find out about a lot of it. Disney has a lot of properties I love, but I would never put it past them. Especially if they have a mess on their hands. And honestly, the Star Wars movie universe right now is an absolute mess. If you're with me on this, I think you were crushed for multiple reasons. Not only because you didn't like the movie, but it's so evident that they are making it up as they go. They don't know what they're doing. They're writing it as they go. Rian Johnson wrote this while they were filming Force Awakens, and I don't think he went back to fix much after the premiere. I think that's why you get these scenes where, oh, they're nobody. So they could go and film the movie. It's all about money. If you're not prepared to make a compelling story, develop these characters, stay true to the character, leave the property alone. They were not prepared for this trilogy. I put a lot of blame on Rian Johnson for making these decisions without actually giving... I can accept these plot twists if they're backed up by great storytelling. If they're backed up by little scenes that allude to the turning of Kylo, or I honestly think Luke maybe should have died in this movie. But I don't think the scene was earned, and I didn't see what I wanted to see of his character before it happened. What you're seeing now in the news media for entertainment news, print, is I really think the same people that are giving these 92% across the board in the written review community are also Disney's marketing and damage control is reaching out to these same people to say, well, maybe it was this group of fans that are upset by the going towards diversity and races and nationalities and gender types. I really don't believe that. I think that's I don't think that's any problem at all. I actually applaud that. Rey was a standout. I have my issues with The Force Awakens, but I love the character of Rey. She was standout. And actually, if you think about it, it's a major step backwards for women in this series. To make them automatically have to have a relationship to have character progression. They did it to Rose and they did it to Rey. I don't think it was earned that she immediately wants to go save Kylo. There are the scenes where they're talking together, but then where does he take you? It's weak writing to take you into a romantic relationship. I have some more notes here. Also, if they were so confident in this movie that it was the right direction, where is the Han Solo trailer? There should be a teaser or something. They are so far away from. Now this isn't just a regular release. This is a Star Wars movie. There should be a teaser or something. They're not touching it. They're putting it as close to release as possible. I'm still hold out hope that it's not a mess. We know all the behind the scenes drama there. This apparently all happened at once. This was being completed. Unfortunately, Carrie Fisher's passing. Who knows if that also affected some reshoots. Reshoots are very important for major tentpole movies nowadays. I don't know if that could have affected some of the plot points too. It seems like they just didn't touch it and released it as is. And then Lord Miller being fired, Trevorrow. Mark Hamill had some really nice discussions with Trevorrow around how he wanted to take the character. Daisy Ridley had some nice conversations. I would love to see what he had planned for this franchise. And the behind the scenes drama about this movie, it's so upsetting because it's crushing. It's much smaller in scale. The movie, the third in the trilogy, it's hopefully they could pick up some of the pieces, but what a mess. Okay, I'm going to try to wrap this video up. Again, I invite you to join the conversation. I want to include shoutouts in the majority of my videos. I really want to hear what you think about this. Is it possible for behind the scenes deals for positive reviews, written or even on YouTube review community? Do you think... Now, I do not want Rian Johnson anywhere near another trilogy because I think he took the easy way out on every plot point, and instead of developing something, writing a great storyline, he just dropped it because it's the easiest thing to do. So I want complex and interesting storylines in my Star Wars trilogy. Tell me if you agree. So I honestly want him nowhere near it, but I think it's the real rumor and issue in this episode to discuss is, do you think Disney knew? I think there's a lot of telling signs, a lot of weird stuff going on with the... Now, to dismiss the Rotten Tomatoes audience score and the critic score for such a wide gap, there's something telling there. And I think even before this came out, if you're like me, you've seen something fishy before. Written reviews, print media is a dying thing on the internet right now, and they do not want to upset Disney. And if any company has the money to do it, Disney would. I'm not saying every reviewer out there. I think it affected some. In my opinion, maybe I'm completely wrong. Let me know. The review community here on YouTube, what prompted me to make this video is I don't like the wishy-washy playing both sides till the cards fall on the table. And then you'll see, I really believe a couple more weeks of this, you're going to start to see, there's great YouTube videos on here right now, but the reviewers that would not give honest critiques of the problems and use the cop-out, this is how you find a cop-out review playing both sides. There's problems. What about that Canto Bite scene? Irks me as much as the movie. So tell me what your thoughts are there. If you want to hear another hot topic or you know something else going on here, join the conversation. Comment below. I may cover in a new hot topic. I also want to cover one possibly about Kathleen Kennedy. My anticipation for the movies is crushed right now, and I was giving her, I don't know if you're like me or if you saw it coming, but I completely 100% lost my faith in her. I don't think she knows what she's doing. She's making up as she goes along. It's so messy. So I honestly don't. I think someone else should step in. And to not have these great. Mark Hamill is a gem. He cares about his work. He's very embraced by the community. And to just ignore his concerns is very upsetting. He saw it coming. He raised his concerns and they just ignored him. They know better than him. And to honestly, I like George Lucas. I like the prequels. I know some of you will not agree with me there. I generally like the prequels. And I think to not even include him as a consultant on these movies is a crime as well. If he's willing to, you would avoid problems like this. I really do appreciate you guys checking out this video. And part of my being upset with the situation here in all review on YouTube and in print media, I don't want you to follow me anywhere. It doesn't bother me if you don't subscribe. I will never do Patreon. We have enough if you're a fan of these great genre movies and Star Wars in general, and entertainment, movie news, reviews, steelbooks, whatever. We have enough to follow, enough Patreon. We have enough subscription services. I invite you not to join any of that. All I would ask to you is to join in the conversation and rate below. I hope to see you on the next hot topic.